Juggalos. Why isn't this not picking me up anymore? Anyway, we're back to Tokyo Dark. Time to continue. I'm excited. I want to know what's going to happen. I was trying to use the controller. I was just recording the end of Harvest Moon. I mean, I was recording Harvest Moon. That didn't go well. Maybe I will know how to soften her brother up. Okay, it's saved right here. Good. Let's go talk to Mai. Or Amber. She's down here. So we're trying to get the Kendo guy to talk to us. Because we were too stupid to have Mai call her brother and say, hey, detective's coming by. Be nice to her. Even though she shot that girl. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yeah, you found Big Brother, alright. He's been protected of me ever since we were little. I know I'm definitely overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family's been acting so strangely. Even my brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days she doesn't know where I am. If she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. Alright, I'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Uh-oh. Different music, I think. Oh. A dead crow lays in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating its remains. Ew. It wasn't there before. Don't like that. I said no visitors, leave me alone. Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. What? What is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Ah, don't make me laugh. She was to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me from my past. For you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place where those who we've lost reside. I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. Poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko? You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe with while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know, your mother. And you, Detective, perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough. You don't know anything about me. Besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Yeah, I do, actually, in real life. I don't know if this character does. She's going to say no. Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. I know it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known to us as the Kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realm of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsuchi, the Kami of Fire, She was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable in his rage. He struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his coma light in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. Oh, she's still cute there. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, in rage, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world, yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. A story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see? Things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. I really don't want to keep doing this lady's voice through without heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Emiko, then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Come here, my sweet child. Just keep away from it. Okay, I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No. No, you can't. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much those lies hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. You tell us stories about Kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything. About Mom and Dad, too. Did she say Dad? No, stop. You can't, can you? You never told me how they died. The reasons always changed every time I asked. No, my, please. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me. They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go. Goodbye. Oops. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? Izanagi? I don't know. It's kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Let's go see Takashi. Into. Whoa, where do you think you're going? Mine and I are leaving. What of it? Well, you can't. I got a call from my grandmother. It says she's having health issues. She has to stay. I didn't ask what they were when we got fainting on my shift again, but it might be pretty bad if she called. Mine's an adult. Her grandmother can't keep her here. Let's go. Now, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere. I'm a cop. You don't get to detain me. It's not how this world works, guy. I am the police. Oh, wait. Well, she just told us to stay. Now she's saying go away. Okay, video game. Ugh, good thing I'm wearing gloves. This better work. Am I going to throw it at him? Scare him? Oh my god. I told you about how I don't like about the blood, and blood's not really my thing. You see, the germs, and oh, okay, I'm dizzy. I'm a little dizzy. Just gonna forgive me for forgetting people's voices. Oh dear, did he just faint? Sure looks like it. He'll be fine. Let's get a move on. Also, I don't know if I waved at you. There you go. Hello. Asakusa. It's hard to remember everybody's voices, especially when you're days apart from recording each time. You know what? Let's get some balls over here. Miss, I can see a glimmer in your eye that tells me you got a hunger for a second order of my nationally famous takoyaki. Who, me? Well, why wouldn't I? They were amazing. Yep, struggle's real. You think I don't sit here in the presence of my own creations, not one little taste? No, of course I do. They're delicious, but the extra time and effort means I don't have as many on hand and I have to limit one order per customer. I'm your only customer. Come on, just one more taste. No can do. Well, let me know if you change your mind. Mai, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I should come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. Do you expect me to cooperate with her? Surely if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No. If I came alone, you just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Huh. Where'd you get that? Put it away. So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. It's not true. I'm not hiding it. It's not something you ever need to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito. Well, I understand you're upset with me. We should talk about this another time. Furthermore, the mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when Maya was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. The mask your family is connected to. Looking for it. I suppose I've been a fool to think I could... Wrong name. And keep the truth, our family's passed away from you. Past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. First saw that mask when I was a child, before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Common Kai, of which our parents were members. Cult? You're kidding. How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokimasa, who promised a simpler life away from the hypocrisy and falseness of city life. My parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on a compound instead. The Common Kai were one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and Mai through, it's unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purpose or what they believed it could do, I don't know. Think the members of the Common Kai left who'd know? No, you see, there are no surviving members. They drank the Kool-Aid. All of them, including our parents. I'm sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms and me dragging behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent more time trying to find out about the Common Kai than I did studying. Thought that if I could understand why my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as part of some cult? I don't believe it. It's true. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away from my feelings as well. I think for Grandma, it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the Common Kai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing Kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, babbling about how she was looking for Mom. Then she'd come home. She'd have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers, holding nothing but the mask, the same one from the cult compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. I had a strange aura about it. Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom in the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior is part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time we returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of use to you. I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, Ma, you've helped plenty, but I have to do this on my own. Ito is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I'd lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. Alright, thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt taking possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have dreamed up on my own. I saw wicked clowns running through the streets, yelling things about juggalos. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. It was like a dark carnival. Maybe lying to Mai again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. Like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint, though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On the street there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it, though, on the way in. An old historian named Yasuhisa is there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully he can shed some light on what it really is. I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. I used to know some things about these masks, but I don't really anymore. Because they're, you know, the mask she's got and stuff. I recognize it, but not enough. Oh, come in. Do sit down. No need to be so formal and stand there like a statue. How can I help you? You Yasuhisa? Takashi told me to come speak with you. Oh, and how is Mr. Kawana? Still prickly as ever, I suppose. Always found him to be wise beyond his years, though perhaps not by choice. I digress. My apologies. It's the quirks that come with old age, you know. What does Mr. Kawana think I can help you with? I'm looking into a few things related to Common Kai. Group his family got mixed up in. Ah, more difficult answer than you might expect. You see, there are two groups that share that name. The first, as you know, is the religious group formed by the Guru Tokimasa. Second is the ancient order, over 1,000 years old. What's that you're holding? I was told it's related to the Common Kai, the newer one, and that you could tell me about it. Ah, that explains many things, child. The far-off look in your eyes, for one. I imagine you have many, many questions. That's so interesting, are they not? They're meant to be a disguise, and yet a mask cannot lie or contort itself to hide the truth. In that sense, it's the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them. I wonder how you came to be in possession of an object with such a dark history. I think it might be related to a missing person, but I don't know anything about it beyond that. Ah, but that itself is the essence of history. Layers upon layers of personal connections that are continuously peeled back to their root. Relics like the one you hold often the unusual routes to where they end up. Often take unusual routes. Relic? It's from the Common Kai cult from the 90s. I'd hardly call it a relic. Misguided and deceptive as he was, Tokimasa was no fool. In order to gain new followers, he needed to give his cult historical legitimacy. He collected obscure objects and gave them new meanings that he could control in order to manipulate his followers. The mask was what he chose, along with the group that created it. Interesting, isn't it? I guess so, only I guess I was hoping you could tell me some other things about it. For instance? Like, why? Now that I'm about to say it out loud, it sounds silly. I'm sorry I bothered you. Don't be silly. You wonder, for example, why holding the mask seems to take you to another place. Or perhaps why you can see visions that don't seem real. Why you feel a strong will exerting itself on you. Oh yes, I know about all these things too. How could you know about that? When Tokimasa was in possession of it, he believed it showed him a path to the realm of the gods. He wrote extensively on the subject. Though unlike most, I don't discount such phenomena as the ravings of a madman when his phenomena repeats itself. Do you too look into the inky blackness and see familiar shapes in the shadows? Not shadows. I see and hear people who are supposed to be dead. I find things that couldn't possibly have found otherwise. Oh, most interesting. Tell me, detective. Oh, apologies. Do you mind if I call you that? I don't remember telling you I was a detective. Ha! My mistake. You must forgive me. A slip of the tongue. I believe it was the way you carried yourself. Determined investigators such as yourself have such a sense of purpose in their mannerisms. Liar. He knows something. And you do seem rather determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is you're chasing. Tell me, does telling you that your experience is not an illusion provide any level of comfort? Not sure, but I do feel something. Maybe hope? It's like I finally got a foothold on solid ground. Oh yes, knowledge is a light in dark places, is it not? To think a relic of such import would end up with a detective, do you mind if I ask you something? Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate? Pre-measured threads that determine our deeds, our wishes and our ends the minute we come into existence, or conversely, is that subject to the chaos inherent in our universe? Instead, does it change according to our deeds and that which happens to us seemingly by accident? Do you believe it is fate or chance that decides which threads of life are cut short and which are followed? Can't leave. The game break? Did I get a bug? Hello? I'm gonna pause and Google. Well, I'm not finding anything, and clearly it's broken. So, let's see where it saved last, I suppose. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we're supposed to be able to leave at the end of that Oh, did I just not see that? I just not see that because the brightness. I don't think it's random. I think it's both. I think it's a mix. I forgot what we were talking about because that threw me off. I think certain things have, like, let's say chance for the video game. Well, no, let's say fate for the video game. Yes, of course. Maybe you feel like your life has been somewhat out of your control as of late. Control, huh? To be honest, I don't feel like I've had much of that since the mask came to me. You said the mask was made by the old common guy. Why? Confusing me can't be the purpose it was made for. Ah, yes, a more complicated answer than you might have wished for. Indeed, it should come as no surprise that the creation of such a mysterious object is equally enigmatic. Perhaps you could do me a favor. Don't worry, it's in relation to this very topic. An important book has gone missing from my shop. If you could retrieve it from me, I would feel it could shine a great deal of light on the subject. What kind of book? Book of the missing variety. I'm sorry, I jest. It concerns the mask bearer. Mask bearer, huh? That's me, right? I'll let you carry it. It does not make you its bearer. All will become clear when the book is returned to me. Sounds easy enough. Where can I start looking? Oh, you needn't go far. The man who has it is right outside this building, in fact. As I said, it's not much of an errand, but I, of course, cannot leave my shop. He's right outside? This won't take long. I'll be right back. Did I really just not notice the square in the middle of the screen? Retarded. Is it you? The old tea shop next door. Isn't that place closed down? Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street, on account of being the only one I ever see in there. And not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away to himself. Possibly he's a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Oh man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I ought to ask for some pointers that has spine on him, eh? Word through the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him too, so he must be good. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. You said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there? Maybe recently? I was led to believe you would. Oh jeez. Go on. Like I said, the place has been empty for years, but you know, I spent a lot of time outside it. And half the time, doors wide open. One day, a few months back, I decided to take a look around. Nothing suspicious or nothing. I was just curious. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old, and there was all sorts of weird stuff laying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It's for my kid brother. That guy can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I try to be on standby for when that happens, you know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. Back then, he was going through some particularly tough times. His bitch wife, pardon my language, miss, had left him, and taken their kid daughter with her. Still doesn't talk about it like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off track again. I was heading to visit with him, the ill-gotten book. When I get the phone call saying, visit him with the big book, he's in the hospital. He OD'd on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Thank God that idiot decided to do it at the bar he owns with the door unlocked. Customer came in and called an ambulance. For that, I'm not sure he'd still be here. It's quite a story. Sounds to me like he wanted to be found. I think so too. In any case, the book... I took him the book while he was in the hospital. Tried to show him that even when he was at his lowest, there's someone out there trying to do something nice for him, you know? I think it helped, for a minute anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, I went right back to that toxic little bar. Hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother and I worry about him. He ain't been answering my calls. Originally my brother's bitch ex-wife. Sorry again, man. Had the brilliant idea to put his skill to work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to it. Oh, I know who it is. It's the bar owner from the beginning. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some paper, move on, but he can't. Something about it has his claws sunk deep into him. I'm trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef and he can make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving passers-by and getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus, food stands are doing really well abroad out here. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. Shinjuku? A slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book's important, he's probably still got it at his place. You want the address? Wait, I know you look familiar. Your brother's Daiso, right? You know him? Small world. It's probably a smile on my face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him that takoyaki stands are still the future of cuisine. Yeah. Thanks for all your help. Let's go. Where's others? I know what we should do real quick. Well, actually, let's check our... Let's leave real quick, if I can. Okay, I can't even leave. It's not letting me. I should say hi to Miho. Nope. Hi, Yami. How can I help you today? Hey, Daiso. How are things? Oh, you know, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was in Asakusa today. Haruto? You met Haruto? What are the chances? Who knows? Maybe it was preordained. Who'd have thought so? Is he still selling takoyaki at the stand? Is there anything? He is. He said to remind you takoyaki stands are the future of cuisine that you should go and help him. Yeah, you talked to her, Haruto, alright. Always the optimist, that guy. I actually have a favor to ask you. Do you still have the book your brother gave you a few months ago? Another thing that guy gives me is headaches. I'm not sure if I can help you, Ayami. He said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital. What makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the hospital for checkups. Besides, that adult's bringing me stuff all the time, always trying to drag me kicking and screaming over to where the grass is greener. This would have been more recently. After a rough patch. Maybe it was stupid to come and ask. Oh, no, it's fine. That idiot always went in his mouth. Friggin' traitor. These were just some hard times. Nothing serious. I just drank too much is all. I'm sorry, Detective. I don't want to talk about it. Alright, understood. I'm not here to dig up memories, Daiso. Thanks. You said you were looking for a book, right? The truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember her giving me an old magazine, though, back in the hospital. It was one of those ones I used to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait there a second. I may have it in the storeroom. Sorry, Yami. Hold on a sec. Amazing how much junk someone accumulates over the years. Here it is. It's yours, Detective. Huh. No wonder I recognize that photo you brought by. The same girl, an idol named Ruby. Reina. No, Ruby, see? It says right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess that means you're still looking. I wonder why we keep running into each other. Must be fate. Yeah, I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose. If you say so, Daiso. Mind if I take this? It's yours. Thank you. See you around. Take care, Daiso. Thanks, Daiso. Is there a way to look at our look at our investigation skills, damn. What am I supposed to do with the magazine? I'll take it back to the guy. First, we're going to go to the apartment. That's what I was trying to do. Does it let me? It's not going to let me. Oh, right. It doesn't have a square around it. I wanted to go talk to the cat to calm my girl down. Drink some water. Ah, welcome back, Detective. Is that my book I see in your hands? Guess I'm a little surprised. You trying to tell me Raina is the mask bearer you talked about? That's hard to believe. Does it surprise you? After all, this is you. It is she who you see in the dark, is it not? The dark. That's what the collector called it, too. How did Raina get tied up in all this? I only know that fate has intertwined the girl's life with the forces in the mask. But the machinations behind those circumstances are a mystery, I'm afraid. People always see history as something in the distant past, involving old men in black and white pictures. But that book and the girl are as much a part of history as the rest. The threads that connect the past to the present and people to each other are not always apparent. But peel back the layers of connection, and the randomness of our universe neatly orders itself. A teen idol, an ancient order, the tool they created, and the detective who holds it all now form a neat and tidy line. Reina was some sort of idol living in Tokyo, not part of a sleeper cell of some cult. Doesn't add up. Oh, on that, detective, we can agree. Why don't we start at the beginning? To how the mask was ceased to be a mere object. The story starts in ancient times, in the year 1333. At that time, Kamakura was the capital of Japan. Led by the Hojo clan, it was a time of peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. Peace among men is cyclical, and like so many before them and so many after, the time of peace came to an end. The Nita clan, loyal to Emperor Go-Daigo, led a siege against the Hojo-controlled Kamakura, taking the city as the tide receded, leaving a key passage open to the invaders. The Hojo clan fled to the caves of their family temple. For them, there was no hope of victory or escape. They chose to retain the honor. Instead of surrendering, the 870 Hojo samurai, including the last 3 regents, committed mass suicide. However, the Hojo and Nita clans, embroiled in their quests for empire, could not see the role they played in the plans for another group, the religious sect known as the Common Kai. Descended in the flames of Kamakura, a girl was seen wandering in the streets, observing the carnage of the burning city. The girl lost to the histories by the name of Chikako Shichijo, the last survivor of the Common Kai. Okay, so whatever the Common Kai were trying to do, they failed. When they all died, right? They did not fail. Everything went exactly as planned. Chikako Shichijo did not survive by chance. She was chosen. Chosen for what? To receive the blessing of all the spiritual energy that so much death afforded, to become the first mask bearer. Mask bearer? The Common Kai used the deaths of all his people to create this? Why? Legend has it that Common Kai sought to contain the door, a rift leading to the spiritual realm, where our consciousness ceases to be and time holds no meaning, a place where cause and effect could be changed. Why? Why spend so much human life and give us so much to do that? To stop it from being abused. Imagine being able to see the world as a god, so that the flow of time and the rules which govern our world have no consequence. This is the power of the door. To a mortal mind obsessed with the finality of death and meaningless accomplishment, such power would corrupt absolutely. Power over death. So a dark place was created to obscure the door and hide it from mortal eyes, along with a tool to control and see within the darkness. It's true, all of it. It sounds like a fairy tale, but it's true. Finally, the door could be the key to bringing Tanaka back. Some doors, no matter how strong they call to us, are not meant to be opened. And the Common Kai willingly gave their lives to keep it that way. The mask opens the mind to all who come in contact with it, but it is intended for its bearer. Using it to find the door may destroy you. Maybe you're right, but I can at least use it to find a way into the dark, just like the Collector said. The only thing I don't get is how Reina is connected to it. That is a mystery. As Mr. Koana told you, the last known location of the mask was the Common Kai cult only a few decades ago. Much was suppressed about the Common Kai under Tokimasa. They existed, and then on March 4th, 1996, they met their end. There are many theories that the police killed them during the raid of the compound, like Waco, or that someone within the cult had snapped and murdered the others. Nothing but conjecture, I'm afraid. The real answer lies somewhere deep within police records, and though I remain curious, it is not something I have access to. Perhaps the best place to start is there. Finding out about the last days of the Common Kai may help light your path to the truth. Though I wonder if such an object, bred from suffering, can truly put an end to it. Is it you who can finally break this terrible cycle? I spent a long time here. I'm tired. Farewell, detective. I need to turn this light on real quick. Better. It's better. No, I'm not scared. It's just dark. It's fucking with my eyes, looking at the monitor in the dark. I usually have a light on. Sitting there comfortably, the historian Yasuhisa carefully laid out everything that I've been experiencing, like he was reading out of a book. Mass suicide, ancient groups, and a door to the spiritual realm. It sounds like a myth, an interesting story told to travelers in a bygone era. It's hard to believe it relates to Kazuki and Reina. I can't see it. The bridge between the Kamakura samurai and a young girl. He said Reina fit into the story. She's a mask bearer? But how? Yasuhisa, the collector. I thought when I'd met them I'd entered their world and could start to understand, however faintly. But my intuition as a detective tells me they're hiding something from me still. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to keep going. What day is it anyway? How long have I been chasing these leads? Day turns to night, the hours bleed into each other. Even the seasons don't seem to follow the natural order anymore. Everything's blurring together. Oh, my head. Maybe I should take my medication. Impossible as it seems, following the old man's hunch is my best bet to finally understanding the mask. Even Takashi didn't know what happened to the common Kai. Finding the police report is the way forward. A few weeks ago it would have been easy for me to ask around and pull a file. It'd be a bit more difficult now, I imagine. What's the worst that can happen? I should head to police HQ and see what I can find. Time to get shit talked by my girlfriend again. Did it just spill water? Yes, of course it did. God. And spend money. And spend money on you so you could leak everything. Ugh. Where did I put the top? I don't know. Oh shit, you gotta be kidding me. Funny, me and some of the other guys just talking about you after practice the other day. Specifically, we were taking bets to how long it'd be before you showed your face again. Shame, you coming in here now cost me 10,000 yen. Not that it matters. Ever since you left, things are looking up for me. I won the last department Kendo tournament. I've enjoyed my promotion. Oh yeah, thanks for the new office, by the way. Anyway, non-active duty cops, or you, in other words, ain't allowed in HQ right now. So what do you want? Need a favor. Oh man, this just gets better and better. Begging me for a favor, huh? Kind of figured that you might someday. What do you want me to do, Ito? Sneak into evidence locker? Steal your gun back for you? Huh, like I'd do anything for you. Brass have already told everyone in the damn station to steer clear of you. You're considered bad luck for people's careers. Hold on. Okay, sorry, I had to pause. You're considered bad luck for people's careers. Well, myself excluded, I suppose. Wouldn't expect anyone to do any favors from here on out if I were you. I'd rather not people see us talking and think we're all friendly or something. Now get out before I have to call someone down here. Really? You won't talk to me, Saki? I got you a boyfriend, you want to talk to me? Maybe he'll be able to talk to somebody for me. Surprised to see you back. How can I help you, detective? I was told your dojo trains a lot of people in the police. Right, I train many of them personally. Do you know Akira Taira, a detective from Tokyo HQ? Yes, Detective Taira. I know him quite well. And with a great deal of innate talent in martial arts. Though that talent is offset somewhat by his brash personality. Brash is a very diplomatic way to put it. Sorry to put you on the spot, but Taira's about the only usable link I've got left in the police force, and the one person who's trying to stop me the most. Seeing as you train with him all the time, I was hoping you might, know something that would change his mind, if you know what I mean. You asked me to help blackmail Taira. Beyond the obvious reasons why I wouldn't help you do that, I also happen to think it won't work. Maybe you're surprised to hear this, but Detective Taira actually lives a fairly straightforward life. His excesses are nothing that would draw any scrutiny, at least not among his fellow officers. I hear he's engaged to be married soon as well. Someone actually agreed to marry that slime? Poor girl. Yes, a very nice girl. Apparently, they're quite happy together. Oh yeah? Well, see how long that lasts. May I ask what exactly Taira did to you to make you feel so strongly? Did to me? You should be asking him that. Ever since I started, he's looking down on me. I never missed a chance to remind me how he felt. I ignored him because I figured it worked hard enough and earned my promotion that I would shut him up once and for all. You eventually got that promotion, I take it. Well, he did shut up like you thought, did he? No, he got worse. It started with him spreading rumors about me sleeping around in HQ. Then there were various complaints to my supervisor. He wouldn't stand that I'd won. It's all falling apart now, though, huh? He got my old job, and every time I see him, he has that smug grin on his stupid face, like he's mocking me. So you hate the fact that, at least in his mind, he was right. Something like that. Taira's not the first person to think a woman didn't deserve the promotion I got. That stung a little extra when he ended up at my desk. Yes, I thought as much. You're not saying you think that brown-nosing, womanizing, lazy, good-for-nothing asshole actually deserves my spot, are you? No, I can't judge the inner workings of police force, but from what I've heard, it certainly wouldn't be the first time an officer didn't earn their promotion honestly. Often I watch my students spar, and I always notice an interesting trend. You see, usually the outcomes of matches have nothing to do with their skill. Is there a moral at the end of the story? Patience, Ito. You see, two students will face each other, but before they even draw their swords, they've decided who won. Students rank each other and themselves based on practice, their social status, their schools, or any number of things before they even enter my dojo. A student perceiving himself as stronger will always be more relaxed, more ready to attack, while the student who resign themselves to defeat desperately defends. It's not skill or merit that wins the battle, it's expectations. Do you see where I'm going with this? I do, but I'm not sure if I like it. You're saying that unless I can break Tyra's perception of me, I'll keep losing, right? Exactly. For a man like Tyra who expects certain things of women, you fight him at every turn, but if I suck him off, if I suck up to him and play the part, it might throw him off guard enough for me to win this fight. Sound about right? Very perceptive. Here, this should help. Okay. It's a gift. Wow, that's so flattering. I barely even know you. No, he's saying give it to him. I suppose in order to degrade myself to scum like Tyra, I could use a drink. It's not for you. It's for Tyra. Oh, and here I was thinking you were being nice. It's a very expensive brand, as a matter of fact. It's Tyra's favorite. A gift for his promotion. Promotion he stole. Promotion into my position. Think of it as a way to throw him off balance. You can't strike at his heart until he drops his guard, after all. You know how to play the role he expects of you. I suspect you know the type of woman he likes. Much as it pains me to admit, that might work. Thanks for the sake. I spoke to Yasuhisa, the historian. Oh good, and? Takashi, what is he? I don't understand your question. He's one of them. Them? You were right. He was rubbing his hands and he had his nose was drooping down. He's just an old man. What else would he be? No, Takashi, you must have noticed. There's something off about him. Like the collector, but no, not exactly like him. I'm not sure what Yasuhisa told you to scare you like this, but I've known him for years. He's a bit eccentric and too philosophical for his own good, but he's harmless. Let me offer some advice. What you're feeling right now, it's not him. It's you. The more I spent researching the common Kai in the past, the more I began to feel the world had gone mad. But it didn't. It continued to turn on its axis as it always does. It was me who became unhinged. You can always walk away, Detective Ito. Some mysteries aren't worth solving. Drink sake. Let's go. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm sorry. That's Ito. I've heard enough of your... Wait, what? You heard it right, Tyra. I'm sorry. You're a good detective, and I never did congratulate you on your promotion. Here, this is for you. Yeah, I get it. So you think your bribery is going to work, huh? Kinnomichi. Is that a bottle of Kinnomichi? No way. It sells out in weeks. You and my family rarely managed to get a bottle, and they know the people they ask. How'd you get it? It's not important. Consider an apology for how I've treated you in the past. I present this to you as a way of formally hand over my old position to you. It's clearly in better hands now. But... Ito, sit up, will you? Ito, it's fine. Just sit up already. Okay, I accept your apology. Oh. Hell, I didn't even know you felt that way. I mean, in light of recent events and all, it's long overdue. Guess with all the stress you've gone through, the delay is understandable. I had to remember what it was. Glad you finally learned to manage your emotions appropriately. Thank you for your kind words, Detective Tyra. Once I return to the department, I know I'll have much to learn from you. It's a little early for that talk, don't you think? We don't even know if to let you back on the force after the hearing. Suppose you're right, Detective. I shouldn't have spoken so brashly. Ito, stop that, please. I always thought you were a better cop if you listened to your fellow detectives a bit more. Suppose there's a lot you have to learn from me, eh? You're right, Detective Tyra. I was so brash before. It's probably how I ended up here. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for dropping by, Ito. Tell you the truth, it's been a tough time for all of us. It's better to stick together. We're all on the same team after all, right? Maybe once you're back, me and you can partner up. I can only hope I'll be so lucky. Right. Look, I gotta get back to my office. You need anything else? Well, I was thinking, but no, I couldn't possibly bother you. You're so busy. It's fine, I can handle it. Go on. Well, I know I shouldn't be, but I've been doing a little research. In an unofficial capacity, I was wondering if you could pull a file for me. I can't give you access to the system. Suspend it, and besides, it'd be against regulations, and I guess if you stay on that side of the counter, I could get Ishibashi to help you. Don't think this means we're friends or anything. It's just payment for the Kinnomichi. Thank you. But Detective Tyra, I wouldn't want to impose on your busy schedule. Again, stand up. Saki, I'm going back to my office. Look up the file Ito wants. Log the search query to my name. Got it? Yes, sir, of course. I'll be at my new office all afternoon. Direct any calls there. Clear? Yes, sir. I think he's gone. Damn, Miami. I mean, I've twisted some guys around my finger before, but that was something else. Don't think it'll take long to get to your office if you keep working that magic. Miami, listen to me very closely. It's very, very important you train me how to do that for professional purposes. I think you're all right on your own, Saki. Fine, be that way. You got Tyra's sign-off. What do you want me to look up for you? On March 4th, 1996, there was a raid on a compound belonging to a cult called the Common Kai. They were in Waco. There was an FBI raid with the ATF, and they murdered a bunch of children and women and men for no reason. And they even lit the kids alive in the basement and then blamed the cult for it. I like the official report, though, regardless, plus anything else you can find on it. Now that's some heavy reading material. I'll get right on it, boss. Doesn't seem like there's much to go on here. Looks like there's only one file. Righto, I'll put it on a USB for you so you can take it with you. Just don't tell anyone. Here you go. Thanks, Saki. I owe you one. You owe me more than one, Ayami. See you around. Check out what we got. Something doesn't smell right. There's a raid on a compound, and all that's left is this lone debriefing. Doesn't add up. Not to mention somewhat of what's here is redacted. Officers arriving at the scene found 12 people dead on arrival, including Tokimasa and Mai's parents. Where are the details about how they died? Not to mention the report itself was filed almost a week after the raid, so why aren't there any autopsy reports? It says here, 2 children and 1 adult are believed missing. Must be Mai, Takashi, and their grandmother. Guess that means Takashi was telling the truth after all. So many people have been hiding information from me. It's almost a relief. Still, for such a short report, it raises a whole lot of questions. List of the dead, their cause of death, if there were any other survivors, what else they found, it's all lost. Even the location of the compound has been classified. All I know is that the mask was found in the middle of a pile of dead bodies. What the hell happened here? Why was it covered up? Classified compound, redacted. Mission details redacted. 12 bodies DOA in your compound, including the leader. Shinji Umezawa, aka Tokimasa. 6 females, 3 other males, varying ages, 2 children. Cause of death redacted. Cause of death being driving a tank into it and shooting it because some guy was there. 2 other children, 1 adult considered missing, maybe dead, other survivors redacted. Personal effects collected at the scene of crime include the mask and several ritual objects. Result, raid considered a success. Cult knows Common Kai's activities have ceased. Did they also pose over the bodies of the children? With smiles on their face, like they just fought in a war? The report is unclear, but it's obvious something terrible happened at the Common Kai compound. No doubt the mask had a part to play in those 12 people's deaths in one way or another. It found its way to Reina afterwards. She said she sells shells by the seashore. She said she was searching for the door, which means her connection to it is no mere coincidence either. The collector said the path in the dark would never reveal itself unless I understood her past. The report is a dead end for now, but he gave me another lead, a talent agency called Omega in Kabukicho. It's not a whole lot to go on, but maybe I'll find the connection I need to connect the dots. For now, all I can do is go to Kabukicho and ask around. Red light district, whoa, whoa, the red light district, whoa, whoa. Oh, titties. Doctor mentioned a talent agency by the name of Omega here in Kabukicho with ties to Reina. Unless there's a big sign advertising, which I highly doubt, I'll need to ask around to find it. If you ever played Yakuza, Kabukicho is also what it's based on. Mixed with a few other areas like Roppongi and stuff. Based on the dragon motifs and the general vibe around the building, I guess this place is no normal bar. Who knows how many other places around here that have the Yakuza have dipped their fingers into. I hope the audio balance is fine with my talking versus cops. He faces a uniform that I don't recognize, though I doubt they'll have a hard time recognizing me. Man, it seems really loud. I'm going to lower it. A lot. The way they huddle around, it hardly looks like they're doing much police work. More than a few violations probably pass under their noses. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone slips them a bit of cash on the side to ignore them. Cops like that probably wouldn't give me any trouble and definitely aren't going to blab to their superiors about seeing me kabukicho. I'm going to lower it even more. I'm going to put it back to where it was. .3, 1.8. But I'm going to lower it in the game for now. This game is really... There's some problems with this game. Like, there's some real issues with this game. I can't even tell what the contrast is because I can't fucking see it. Remember, I couldn't even see that box earlier, so I want to make sure. Oh boy. Don't I know you? Who, me? Yeah, you, unless you're hiding something behind your back. Aren't you the detective whose face was all over town a few weeks back? Yeah, that's it. How did I recognize you before? Or didn't I? Guys, didn't someone from HQ come by and ask us about her earlier? Maybe we should call it in. Hold on, Jiro. You really think it's a good idea? What are you talking about? I'm risking my job. I'm not risking my job over someone, detective. Yeah, we'll call it in the HQ. You might be risking more than a job, if you know what I mean. Ryu's right. We should stick our necks out when she hasn't even done anything. Why should we stick our necks out when anything wrong? Being on leave doesn't mean she can walk around. She can't walk around, does it? I'm with Ryu. I doubt I need to remind you boys what happens when you ruffle around wrong feathers at HQ. You guys can't be serious. Look, I'm not saying we arrest her, only you're gonna piss off the wrong people, Denjiro. I don't know how much more obvious I need to be for you to get it. No one, not even the detective here, is worth bringing down her wrath. Especially right now, things aren't exactly on stable ground here since the Mifune family shake-up. Don't need a repeat of Officer Ono. Begged for promotion one day, and then someone anonymous tip. I don't care. The guy that's seriously gone missing from evidence. Think that story's true. Doesn't really matter if it's not. The point is, he asked me a question around here, and I was in jail, and so many police were emailed lost by some woman. Screw, maybe you guys are right. Suppose you guys excuse me. You didn't see a detective tonight. It's probably didn't see you. Didn't talk to us. Got it right. You got to get bye-bye. At the bottom, yeah, it doesn't give us a whole lot of options. Feels like I'm always stuck between HQ and all that shit going around here. Not sure which is worse. Honestly, read the papers, don't you, detective? You heard about the Mifune family, right? Yeah, I'm sure she has. That's all I need to say on the subject. You never know who's working as. Put a lot less detective. What are you doing right? Think it's around here. Then simple as good cops and bad cops. Remember that? We can show might not be perfect. We do our best to keep peace, right? Right. Like Ryu said, we're trying our best. Don't cause any trouble for us. Return a favor. Plenty scarier than HQ out there. That's for sure. Why don't you move along, detective? I think I'll do that. Thank God. Something about that conversation was just irritating and boring. Seems this club is pretty popular, and it already has a lot of customers. Maybe talking to some of the regulars here would give me an idea where to start looking for Omega. Can I not go in for okay? The volume thing is what really got me. Can I ask you something? Whoa. I wasn't doing anything. You're a cop, right? You got me all wrong. I'm looking for a talent agency by the name of Omega. Why'd you think I was a cop? Only cops don't have any questions right off the bat. Well, that and your costume have me fooled. You ought to be careful walking around like that. Oh, I got it. You're some kind of performer, right? What are you doing looking for Omega? Omega's a wash. You don't get any work from them. Worry not, sweetheart. Just so happens I work for one of the best agencies in town. We have all types, models, performers, actors, you name it. Even a mature woman such as yourself will have no problem finding work working with us. You're fine with staying in costume. My lucky day. That's the spirit. Have a drink with me, babe. I'll get you signed up. I'm sure I can find work for you in no time. Well, like I said, I'm looking for Omega. A friend of mine recommended them, so it'd be rude not to talk to them at least, right? You ask me, your friend's got no taste. You shouldn't waste your time with those losers. No one's even seen those guys around for months. We're on the streets, they ran up a bit of debt with the wrong people, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you didn't hear that from me. You know where I am if you want a real chance, babe. Can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. You don't need my permission. Heard of an agency around here called Omega? Omega? No, it doesn't ring a bell. What's it to you? Looking for a missing girl. Missing, huh? Was she foreign? Working for a nightclub? Maybe working for some of the other types of clubs? I don't remember asking you your opinion on the girl, only if you knew about the agency. Either way, answer's the same. I don't know no Omega, and you probably won't find her even if you did. Girls go missing all the time around here if you catch my drift. Gotta be more specific? No, I don't. Don't think you delicate types could handle it. Let's just say not everyone is as nice to the ladies in those places as I am. I'm leaving it at that. So the pot with a question like that, and you're bound to end up in trouble. So if you want help, go ask someone else. We're in a bar. I gotta yell. Hello, can you spare a minute? Oh, how long have you been standing there? I just got here. Why are you so jumpy? Sorry, there's a big scary guy with the big scar here a little before you. He acted friendly enough, but he made me feel a little uneasy. Kept asking me what I was doing here and if I wanted to go somewhere and have a drink with his friends. Honestly, I've been waiting for a good moment to duck out. Think you made the right decision by staying put. If you ask me, have you ever heard of a talent agency around here called Omega by chance? Can't read today. Omega? No, never heard of it. Never, not in this part of town. A friend of a friend invited me over here for a few drinks, but she hasn't shown her face. Starting to stink of some sort of weird setup. Anyway, I still have some pride, so I'm not going to tuck my tail and run just yet. Good luck finding that agency or whatever you're looking for. Evening. You know anything about a talent agency called Omega? I heard they were based here. You insane? It's not like I'm asking you to take me there personally. What's the issue? You do know where you are, don't you? Omega ran up against the same people who own this club, and they lost. The Mifune takeover's already racked up quite the body count, and I don't plan on being added to it. Not sure who you're working for, but you come a bit at a sensitive time. If I were you, I'd turn around and walk out that door. Hell, she probably killed him too. Killed who? Him, you know, Higashi, the owner of Omega. Everyone knew he owed the Mifune family a small fortune. Word on the street is that there's been a little spring cleaning of any disloyal retainers. Do I need to spell it out for you? Good, I've already said too much. You should stop asking around too. You never know who's listening. Oh. Hey, can I ask you something? That talent agency called Omega. You know anything? All right, I'll take this as a no. Hey, do you know this area? What? I had a question. What? Speak up. I can't hear you. Hey, yo, speaker's right there. You go ahead and talk louder. I'm looking for an agency. Looking for a vacancy in what? No, you're what? I'm looking for information about a talent agency. Omega Talent Agency. Do you know anything? Whoa, you really shouldn't shout things like that around here. Excuse me, miss. We were hoping you might join us next door. Consider it an invitation from an admirer. Besides, it's much nicer venue than this dump. Yeah, in fact, we'd happy to escort you. Well, I want to talk to him. I'll go. Good answer. Follow us. Oh, choked. Oh. Uh-oh. Are we just supposed to sit here? Is she intimidating me or is she broken? Well, we were about to stop anyway, so. Have we missed something again? Titties? Vajiji? Well, I was about to stop recording anyway. It's been about an hour. Hopefully, I mean, we know how the save points work. They're very often because it's trying to lock you in. So when we start again, it should be right here, and hopefully the game's not broken, or else that's the end of our adventure with this. But for now, we'll hope it works again next time, and you're gonna fuck off. You heard me? I said fuck off! I have to be in the club. I don't want to actually yell. I have neighbors. Fuck off.